Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Let's Build New York Brownstones. Before we get into things, I just want to say thank you all for the ideas and feedback that you've given me so far. It made me so happy to see that so many of you want to get involved in this series, and I really cannot wait to see how this build is going to turn out. I think this is going to be a really fun series, probably a bit of a longer one, but I think that'll be a good thing, hopefully. And in case you're seeing all this junk over here and wondering what on earth is going on, before I started recording, I went through the recently unlocked objects and pulled out anything that I thought could be useful for this build. We're probably not going to use all of this junk, but there was just so many things in there that I thought was cool, and I thought, well, maybe this could work for it. You know, we could put it to use somehow. So I just plopped it all over here. And the first thing that I wanted to do was actually take the building and then sink it into the ground a little bit, because a few of you brought up that you thought the split level stair thing that I had going on at first looked better, and I agree that it did. But unfortunately, when I changed this level to a regular wall instead of a foundation, I wasn't able to do that anymore. But I think there's a way I can kind of get the effect of a split level. It's a little bit messier, but there is a way I can do it with it how it is now. So what we have to do is we have to take this and push it down to the ground. I think 4 clicks, or not 4 clicks, but it's I don't know what you would call it exactly, but you have to like kind of like let it go down 4 stairs worth, otherwise it won't quite work. So I think we're at 2, and then this is 4. So that should be good. Let me check, because we should have 8 stairs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we put it down 1 tile too much, or 1 stair level too much, so we have to bring it back up slightly. So that should be good. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just did that because when you're placing stairs, you have to have them be at least 4 steps high, or else it won't work. So we're just going to go ahead and flatten the ground around here. Actually, what might be a better idea... Actually, let's figure out where we're going to place the stairs first. And then I'll kind of flatten land and place the flooring so we can get things adjusted right. So we're going to have the stairs here. Unfortunately, like, I would love to have them right next to these stairs, but the game will not let us do it. So yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of tweaking and finessing to get this to work, but I think it will work. So now that we know how far we have to have this come forward, let's just place some more concrete in. So, actually, hold on. We have to do... Why is it not... Okay, this should be flat. Oh, no, that's not flat. Okay, that's why. Alright, let's just go ahead. Actually, turn on the grid to make it easier. Wait, did I... Oh, okay. Yeah, see, it's a little bit tricky to do. Okay, so let's just flatten. I think if we place the flooring now, it should be fine. So we have to have it... I don't think that's where we're supposed to have it. Let's see if it'll work to place stairs. Oh, okay. So that's fine. That works. Alright, so we'll do that. And then we'll just bring this all the way across and then have the stairs here. So you get a little bit of this landing area. Actually, can we bring... Oh, wait, because I was messing around with this a little bit before I started, and I couldn't get the stairs to place like that, but maybe that's just because I wasn't, like, doing it right. You know, I did a slightly different way here, that now this works. Okay, good, because this looks so much better having the staircase. The staircases next to each other. But yeah, we'll get this kind of, like, little landing area down in here as you go into the basement, because I think I am going to furnish the basements on at least 2 of these, because a few of you brought up that you really wanted to see basement apartments, and I agree that basements and apartments would be a great thing to have in here. And also, Techie74 brought up that maybe what we could do is make 2 of the townhomes apartment buildings, just because there would be a lot more variety in furnishing with apartments versus just a regular house. And I love that idea, because I agree, like, there's so many different ideas you could do if you furnish them as, like, more of them as apartments rather than a house. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then we can have a couple of basement apartments. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the basement of the one that's a house, which I think is going to be this one on the end here. I think we'll have that be the house for a wealthier family. Someone, Alex it was, suggested that maybe I could have it be kind of a sketchy, unfinished basement, because they were saying how they used to live in houses kind of like this, and the basement was unfinished, and they swore that, like, they heard weird noises, and they swore that, like, a homeless person was living down there. So, I mean, maybe that's something we can go with so we could furnish it, but it's something a bit less time-consuming. So that is one possibility. And then, oh, we can do that. Ooh, I actually like that. Although, okay, we can't do that. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky, but this is actually working out better than my test run that I was doing earlier. But anyway, yeah, I kind of like the idea of, like, a sketchy unfinished basement for the house, and then the other two can be basement apartments. Because basement apartments are fun to make. So hold on. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to like use these different wall heights to get it to look like the same level despite the ground being at the same height. It's kind of working. The only problem is right here, it's gonna be like, it's not gonna look right because I can't have the wall to go down the hill, but that's fine because I don't think we can do, yeah, no, we can't do that. It won't let us do that. Okay, wait, no, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's do that. Wait, I used the wrong one. But yeah, I really love those ideas for what we can do with these buildings. And another thing that was brought up was Cloud Quest said that a lot of times in stacked apartments like these, the main level might be more of a communal area where the leasing office is or a gym is or something along those lines. So maybe since we're going to have two, you know, if we're going to go with the whole having two be apartments thing, then we could say that they're owned by the same person, so the main level of one of them could be that communal area, and then the main level of the other can be apartments. That might be something that would work really well. I actually like that idea. So let me know what you all think of that. But yeah, I personally just really love the idea of more apartments because there's just like so many ideas and like people had so many different ideas that they suggested. So I would love to be able to just use more of those ideas. And now I'm kind of thinking, maybe we should just use that same wrought iron fence for all of these. Let me see how this looks if we take this railing and then stick it here. I think maybe on this house, the white looked a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, this is all a little messy now, but I think this certainly looks so much better than what we had at the beginning of the part. Like, it just looks a lot more interesting. I think it looks a lot more, like what you would see in pictures of brownstones. But the tricky part here is going to be, I mean, this kind of works. We probably want to go with stone though. But I just like the idea of using the same wallpaper on this, so it kind of looks like it's made of the same material. Maybe we'll have better, yeah, we're not going to find anything that's the same color as the stone. So I guess we're going to just have to go with this. Yeah, and then we'll do this one, maybe this one? Okay, yeah, that works a lot better. Or we could even just do black for this one. Yeah, I think that works better. And then perhaps we can try the same one over here. Or maybe just do black for the top of all of these. I'm not sure. And what I'm thinking we could do is fill in this with plants. So I actually grabbed these that I was thinking could fit in here nicely. The only problem is, were these the ones I was thinking of using? Okay, yeah, this was. Yeah, the only problem is they're too small to fit into this space right here. And then I also have a hunch they're going to be intersecting in the basement. Yeah, they are. That's the only problem. We could also just use like the regular one tile hedge. That might fit a little bit. I think that's going to be a little bit better because although it doesn't quite fill in the space. What happens if we... Okay, that's too big. I mean, we can always kind of do this, although we're having... Okay, this is a little bit tricky. I mean, this one could work a little bit better. Is that... Oh, that's actually not intersecting. But then there's the issue. I mean, we could figure out some other kinds of flowers to fill in that space over there. But I think this one, in general, works very well because I definitely do not want any plants clipping through the basement. And then we could take this wall and just pull it down a little bit. I mean, that may not be the most realistic thing to have like that. I mean, but it looks kind of nice though. You all can let me know if you could think of any better ideas to cover this up, but I think this actually works. And then now we have the issue of what to do here. So we can take this and then size it down maybe. Or we could, but then we still have the issue of it not fitting in well over here. Because I was about to say, we could make this staircase one wide and then stick that in there, but then we're still not going to be able to use it elsewhere. Maybe we can size this down, it'll fit. And that kind of works. Like we can maybe hit Control 9 and then raise this up some. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, there we go. That works. So I'm gonna bump that back a little bit so it's not quite intersecting into the stairs so much. But I mean, I think that kind of works. It's a little messy right there, but we can always stick something, or maybe we can just size another one. Oh, whoops. Hit the wrong key. Also, by the way, to size this down, I'm holding down Shift plus the left bracket. I'll put like what exactly that is on the screen there. But we can just size another one down and then intersect it with it under here to cover that up. And hopefully if we size another one, okay, we can size this down twice. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to, I mean, we could do, no, I really don't like the look of that intersecting. Yeah, so we can just like size a few of them down and kind of overlap them in here in a way that it looks fine. I just finished raising up all of those bushes to fill in this box area here, so I just want to get a look at the street view of this. I think this definitely looks so much better than what we started out with, and I think this here actually looks pretty good. The only issue is that the fire escape doesn't line up that well anymore. Like, it's a lot higher than where I would have the window, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I don't really want to get rid of the fire escape, but where it is now is just not very well placed on along the wall. So one possibility is that maybe we could try to make our own fire escape, like using the industrial stairs that can get to work and the industrial metal flooring that came with it and the railings, because this is kind of like that. So that is one possibility, although I really do love that item. So it'd be a shame to have to get rid of it, but I don't know. You all can let me know what you think of that. I don't think I'm going to mess around with that too much in this part. And we do still have to deal with this over here. So over in this spot, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did over on the other end with, you know, having the bushes and using this wall. So let's go ahead and get the smallest height half wall and stick it all along here and then just kind of fill it in with those plants. So for this one, we'll stick with the same lighter stone that we had. Okay, so we got that, and then I think I'll go ahead and use this same wall trim, and then we'll just grab these and then stick them all along here. I'm not sure if it's gonna line up quite right. Okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, I was kind of worried because the ground was at a different height over towards the end here, but no, this is lining up perfectly fine. But now that we've done this, we got this all figured out, I wanted to stick some windows down here on the lower level. So for the bottom of this one, I think I'm going to use some of the other vampires windows. So let's sort by vampires. And then we could stick a couple of these ones down in here, just so we have a little bit of variety. And that's another thing that was brought up. So Dennis said that typically a lot of these homes have the windows arranged differently between the different floors, so it looks a little bit better, a little bit more interesting. That was something you could see on the reference picture I used. So I wanted to try to rearrange things slightly. So for this one, what I'm thinking we could do is get rid of these ones on the side here and then take this window and then stick it like that. I mean, unfortunately that won't look quite as nice and neat in the window well here, but I mean, it adds some variety. Or actually, I'm not sure. I think maybe I kind of liked it how it looked originally. Or I mean, another thing we could do is maybe just have it like that on the top level. I think that works a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks better than doing it like that for the, you know, the top two levels. So we'll leave that. And then I wanted to add a door down here. So I think right here would be a good spot. And maybe this door. Why are there two of these in here? I guess it's like slightly different faces on it. I mean, this is kind of a little, maybe not this one. That's a little too medieval for my taste. I don't know if that quite fits in with this. Although I guess like maybe this is something you would see. But I just feel like that would be a very creepy apartment entrance. So perhaps we won't go with that one. I want something like nice, but not too ornate, you know? Maybe something 2 tiles wide. I think one of these could work. So we could go with this or this. I kind of like this one. And then we could go with black. I like the black first because it kind of ties in with this. And I also just realized we could stick this column down here. So we got that. And then now let's figure out the window placement here. So I feel like these windows are a bit too large. So let's find some other ones that could work. Like maybe this. The only problem is I want something that goes with what we have upstairs. Maybe we could just use these windows. Let me just see how it looks. Although this is an unfortunate view. You're just kind of looking slightly out to a brick wall, but I mean, it's letting sunlight in, so that's good. And then we got to figure out a door to get into here. So I think these two are definitely going to be the apartment buildings, and then this can be the house. Like, you know, the one that's a house for a family. So let's find some doors. We can go with this one. Yeah, I think this one will be nice. But yeah, these windows are too big. I stuck these ones down here and they kind of work, so we'll just keep them for now. You all can let me know what you think, of course. And as far as the rest of the windows go, I'm just going to keep them how they are. I like how they are. And then for this one over here, a few of you brought up that maybe I should darken the windows on this building just to add more contrast. So I'm going to go through and do that and make it so the darker color is on the outside, because this definitely does look a lot better. And I'm also thinking that we can switch the doors that I used on this building and the one next to it, because this door I don't believe has a dark swatch to it, or like a black swatch. So I think what we could do, since this building's color scheme is white, is we can stick this door over here and then have this door on this one and then use the black color. And I actually really like this white and black contrast because I feel like it kind of gives it a little bit more of a modern feel, which I think will go really well with that renovated look that I was wanting to go with for the inside of it. And then I think we'll just use the same windows down here, and then we could pick a similar door to this one, but in a black color, because hopefully they patched in a black color for these. So let's go with that. All right, although these aren't perfectly black, which bugs me a little bit, but that's fine. I mean, it's close enough. I think it'll work. But that's kind of it for what I wanted to do with the coloring of this building. I mean, this isn't perfect, but I don't think the columns here look too bad, so we'll just stick with this, although I do need to figure out what to do with this whole situation. Maybe I could just stick a slightly larger trim on this, like just this part, although that's maybe a little bit too much, but I think if we kind of did that and maybe used this one instead, that could work, because I don't want to put a roof on this. I think that works. And then we'll just take, I don't know about that either. Maybe we'll just stick with what's already, I don't know. I think that's something maybe we'll just get to a little, oh, actually, you know, the white doesn't look half bad. You know, there we go. That's what we're going to be doing. And then another thing that was brought up was that Martin and Mojam have suggested a roof access for the apartments, so I think that could be neat. Like maybe we could have kind of like both of the roofs of these buildings be like one community garden area. I think that could be really cool. So I'm just gonna take the smallest short wall here, and then we're just gonna stick it along the top. And then I think we're gonna separate out these ones, like, you know, this one from these other two. And then these ones, I think I'll worry about like making the access to get up here later on. But I kind of just wanted to, you know, like start on the idea of this. So then we'll color that this color. And then I think for the front here, we'll just kind of keep them the corresponding colors. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if this whole roof access thing will work out, but I think that's a nice idea. Okay, and then we'll just grab that same black stone trim that we used down here and then stick it along the top. And perhaps we can go with that black roof. Or another option is that we could just do this. Although I think usually in this kind of a scenario, you would have concrete. Although I imagine like the darker concrete like this would just get terribly hot. So we probably don't want to go with that. But I think that'll be kind of like a down the road thing we need to figure out. Because I think I want to do that once I've done the inside. Because I'm not going to do the whole exterior before moving on to the interior, because I feel like some of the exterior is going to be dictated by what we do on the inside. But I wanted to use these pieces because I saw this and I think this will look nicer than just using a regular gate. Like it just kind of makes it feel a little bit more open. And then I just grabbed these pieces out of there because they're basically like the fence that came with vampires. But the thing is, I was pretty sure due to how I had the ground, the fence wouldn't really want to line up right. If I just like the fence would kind of try to do the whole like going down thing. So I just wanted to use this to kind of bridge the gap between the building and over this spot. I don't want to use this all over the place because the thing is like Sims will, yeah, because I don't think, yeah, we can't even do that. Although this isn't lining up right. It kind of works. We'll just roll with it. And then we'll just have to use Alt to adjust that a little bit. Yeah, so this isn't lining up quite as well as I had hoped. But I think it looks nice. I mean, another thing is like maybe instead of using the fence, I could just entirely use those pieces. But as I think I said, the Sims will unfortunately walk through it, so we have to make sure we block it with stuff. But I think I just want to use this for the nice little community park area. So we'll do that. That actually lines up pretty well. I think we're gonna have to grab some more of these out of the catalog because I wasn't actually planning on using these all around it. And then I guess we can have the fence just kind of like, or this gate just kind of floating a little bit. Yeah, it's not lining up perfectly. All right, so I think we're gonna have to go through and then just grab a few more of those. So, and also, just in case anyone wonders what I just did, I just clicked on this and then hit enter. I think that's what you have to do to find all these unlocked objects. So then we're just going to sort by vampires. And I'm going to try to find those again. So there's some of them. Okay, here they are. So we just got to do the same thing on this side. But I think this looks really, like these just look really pretty. And I think the gate, like I think that like this open arch versus a gate just looks better. Or you know what? We could have done this. We didn't have to just go with where that ended. I could have done this. Maybe we can get it so then that means like, right, we can just take another one of these and then make it so it goes into this. Perfect. There we go. You can't even tell. That looks good. But yeah, as I said, we're gonna have to make sure we stick stuff there so Sims don't try to get in there, and then we'll find uses for all these really pretty plants. And then we got an ATM machine. Because in this part, I wanted to figure out kind of like the street a little bit, so I'm actually going to get rid of these. I thought maybe we could use those for like the front here, but yeah, we're not going to end up using it. So just let me take all this stuff and then shove it back here really quick so I can focus on the front of the house, or the front of the Brownstones. Now that we got all that stuff out of the way, I can get on with adding some detail to the front here. So we can have a fire hydrant right here. I'm not sure like where you would strategically place a fire hydrant. And I also got these objects. Like they're kind of like these tree guards. Well, yes, there's tree guard there. Because I thought maybe it would be nice to stick some trees in these rather than doing the whole deleting a tile and then, you know, sticking a tree in there and putting dirt there. So we can take one of these, maybe not bamboo. I don't think that fits in quite right. But one of those narrower, I think they're birch trees. Like sticking one of these, like this actually kind of fits in nicely, but I think I want something a little bit taller. So that's, never mind, that's not an option. This, yes, I think this is the perfect tree for this. So we just gotta hold down Alt and get that placed right. But yeah, I think this is like exactly the kind of thing you would see trees in a city like this. So I think this works very well. And I think I'm just going to stick the fire hydrants. I don't know. I'm not so sure about the fire hydrants anymore, but I definitely like that. So we'll get another one of these. Like, where do we want to stick these? I think I pulled out 3 or 4 of those. Maybe we can have one of them on either side, like one there. Let's just stick these back here. I'm not sure if I'm even going to use those, but we can have another one maybe like kind of on the other end of those fences there. So we'll just grab that, and then we can stick a 4th one in. So let me, cause I think I have another one. Yeah, we got another one buried in here. So that can go, where would be a good spot? Maybe right, I'm not sure. Wait, no, we don't even have a gate here, so that, like, we don't need to center anything. So maybe we can just have another one right here, and then stick another one on the end, and then maybe move this one over a little bit, because I'm not sure what would be, because I kind of want them to be like kind of centered or, you know, evenly spaced from each other. So maybe we'll have that there, And then we'll stick this one halfway between them. So let me count out like where halfway would be. So I think halfway is gonna be at position right here. We're just kind of blocking these stairs a little bit, but I think that's fine. I don't want to overdo it with too many trees. So we'll just get the trees and then stick them in. So we're gonna have to re-center this in here a little bit. So we'll get that in there as well. And then stick the last one on the end, and then we can figure out where to stick that, because there's like, I got a mailbox, and then I think it's supposed to be kind of like a newspaper dispenser. So we got these, yeah, newsstands. So I think some of these and this mailbox would be really cool to have. So I feel like these would just be, I have to admit, I don't really go into cities too often, so I'm not really exactly sure of the placement, but I think you would want to have, although, no, we can have it facing out like this because this is still a sidewalk, but then it's kind of in the middle of sidewalks, but I kind of like it facing out a little bit more. So maybe we can have one of these, or no, I think it looks, I like the look of them grouped together like that. And then we can perhaps add some trash cans in, and then add another trash can a little further down. So we've got this one right here. I think that looks good. But I feel like these are really cool. Like these items are really cool and just add some really nice realism to this. So we'll just add that in right there. So there's a bit more going on right here, but I think that's fine. Like just look at this. This looks so cool. I love all of these unlocked items. Like they just work so well for adding some really neat realism to the build. And I don't think we need street lamps because we have street lamps right out here. They're at this level. So I don't think we need them further back in here. And then I think some benches would look really nice right here. So we can go with a couple of these. I really like these benches. They're so pretty. And I'm kind of digging that color. So I'm not going to do this whole park area in this part, but I just wanted to get an idea, like kind of get things started. But I think I am going to have to end this soon though. I wonder if we stick this off the lot slightly, if it will come with it. Maybe we should stick it on the inside like this, but we don't really have a whole lot of real estate space in this area in here. So maybe we can stick it like this. I mean, it's kind of intersecting the gate, which we probably don't want. So maybe we should just stick it on the inside like this. I mean, I was just going to stick plants on the edge anyway. So I want to try to find this plant here. Because unfortunately with these items, you can't just eyedropper them. So I got to find this again because I'm pretty sure I didn't pull another one of these out. Yeah, I only pulled one. So let me go ahead and find this. All right, here it is. Yeah, this plant is just absolutely beautiful. And I realized that these benches over here will also hopefully help Sims to not try to walk right through that. Oh, we gotta adjust that a little bit. Okay, so I think we had it like this. Yeah, we had it centered on this gate part on the other side. Oh, we had this. Oh, this is so pretty. All these are so pretty. Maybe we should use these instead. I don't know. No, we'll just keep what we got there. It's fine. But we can definitely use this, like try to use this somewhere else because this is just absolutely gorgeous. Like we could even just like stick this in one of these areas down here. So I'm gonna just keep this around, and then maybe we can stick this, like we'll just stick this right here just so we can have a fire hydrant somewhere. I don't know if this is like a spot where you would typically legally put a fire hydrant, but we'll just group it together with everything else. Or we could stick it right here. You probably wouldn't want to stick it near anything though, I would think, for access reasons. But I don't know, we'll just have it right there. That works. Just something else there. And then I also got this ATM machine. But we could put this right here? Maybe right here next to the trash can? Or is this, I'm not sure if this is an ATM machine or if maybe this is like a parking meter or something to get tickets. But I think that's something kind of neat to have there. And then as far as what we're going to do with the park, I'm thinking it could just be a nice sitting area with a fountain in the middle of it. Maybe we'll have some space for some playground equipment, but there's not really much in here. So I'm just going to leave it at this. And you all can let me know what you think I should do with this space in here, and then we'll work on that next time. So I'm actually going to go ahead and end this part here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!